on 3 racks is just getting his science facility up now, so he's going to finally have some sort of constant detection for himself. Also did put down a turret there at the location. The lurkers are constantly morphing in. Hive tech up for Jaedong, also getting his 3rd gas now. So he's going to go for 3 base Hive tech. I think with the amount of economic damage he's done to Canata, it's definitely a safe thing to go for, just early Hive tech. I definitely think that he doesn't feel Canata as much of a threat to the huge amount of damage than Canata, just not getting his 4th rack, so his macro has been severely compromised just throughout the entire game here, just forcing to build a lot of supply depots. He's lost a lot of SCVs, lost a lot of mining time in his main, as well as a little bit in his natural expansion. Has quite a few tanks, so he's going to try to use those to help him push out. Just has to be very careful not to get caught by those zerglings running in with crackling upgrade just to cover for those lurkers. Defiler mount already up, so Defilers are going to be on the field. So going to be very necessary for Canata to have those science vessels up. He does have a few firebats to help support, producing constant tanks. That's very good. Still producing forces from those 3 racks yet, just getting his 4th up, as I already mentioned. Just not trying to push out of his base, possibly trying to... We're going to see which base of Jaedong he might think of running towards. He really can't focus himself too hard on one of the bases, because Jaedong's just going to simply... might even just sacrifice his main base, or maybe not his main, but one of his expansions just to run down. And Canata doesn't even know that Jaedong has the 12 o'clock yet. He has not sent a scout yet. Now going to move out with a science vessel, scanning a location, trying to spot lurkers that he moves out with tanks and such. Now we're going to see Jaedong's first-person view, has the 3 bases up, knows the positioning of Canata, I believe, knows that he's moving out, so he's kind of moving his force towards the middle. Knows that Canata has only those 2 bases up, so we're going to see whether, along with trying to push back, he's going to try to expand. Possibly does have Defilers in place, so he's going to be able to consume and just Dark Swarm right over his lurkers to make sure that the Medic Marine's not going to be able to move in too close. Consume just now ready. A lot of lurkers in play. We're going to see what happens here. Canata moving up. A lot of Medic Marines up. A couple of firebats to help support tanks moving in towards the rear. There's one side. So the tanks, though, going to get caught. Lurkers coming very close. Dark Swarm coming out. The Medic Marines going to be forced to run right back. No scourge in place right now. A lot of Marines, though, do lose their lives. Radiant does go off on the Defiler. Defiler does manage to get one more Dark Swarm up before it loses its life. None of the tanks lost, thankfully. Quite a few Medic Marines died there, though. You can see his number has dwindled significantly. So Jaedong doing a beautiful job there, pushing Canata back right away. Canata getting caught off guard there. His tanks being forced to instantly micro tanks away, but he's actually just not going to move to his 12 o'clock position. Medic Marines first. Science is there as well to help out. Tank's going to siege up against those lurkers. So there is a sunken colony there as well. So Jaedong is going to try to hold his position. But I think Jaedong actually might be going for a pincer here. There were forces coming in from the south side as well. There we go. Defiler alongside Lurkers in play. There are firebats, and Medic Marines are going to move in right towards there to support that, to intercept that, just try to take it down. There are now Scourge in play as well, so I think most of them do get down. Lurkers are coming in on the other side, the north, moving in very close to the tank. Scan did go off, but the tanks are going to go down. No defensive matrix. Both tanks go down instantly. Lurkers fighting off the Marines. The Marines are going to go down. One single tank left in play alongside a medic and a science vessel. And they're going to go down momentarily right now. Just the science vessel. Of all the things, just the science vessel survives the battle at the 12 o'clock position. Oh, man. What in the other game, the freaking science vessel was the first thing to die all the time. This time is not. You can really see that he hasn't been producing many science, so you can really see that on those 2 bases really suffering very little gas. He's been forced to produce a lot of tanks. Of course, that's what he was trying to, why he was going for the SK turn build the last time around, just going for his Medic Marines alongside his science. So he's producing lots and lots of science, so he finally has a decent number there. But, of course, not having tanks the last game really weakened his pushes. Mines now being put down to play, so he's at least trying to delay Jaedong in any positioning movement that he might be trying to do, any flanking. Try to put down mines all over the place so he can spot bases now. Oh, man. Canata flies one of his science was right into some Scourge, and really, the more he allows Jaedong to take out the science, the more trouble he's going to end up in. Just mining all over the place, but Zerglin's just going to be able to run around, drag those mines all over the place. Been taking them out. There's a lot of Zerglings, a lot of lurkers coming in. The art tanks position, Vultures there as well. Dark Swarm going right over the lurkers. Tanks are going to help siege up against that. Medic Marines not coming very close. Finally, their science vessel trying to take out the help against these burl lurkers. Tanks are going to unsiege. One of the tanks definitely going to go down, not going to be able to run away. Canata has a force here running towards the south position. Firebats alongside Medic Marines, trying to just keep himself alive here. Actually, Jaedong now expanding the lower right side. I think he also expanded at 3 o'clock. He's definitely expanded at 4 o'clock. I think he might have, I'm not quite sure if he put down base at the 3 o'clock. I actually don't think he did. But now I think he's putting down lurkers in a defense position where Canata is moving in right now. He has a science vessel alongside several firebats, Medic Marines, the lurkers and Zerglings coming in from the back right now. Some Marines instantly going to meet him. head first. Science Vessel is going to help out, so this Lurker is going to instantly get melted. Firebats, of course, deal just completely handle Zerglings, so Canata definitely ready for this. There is a drone there to kind of help Lurkers instantly attack Firebats. Alongside me, he's going to move in close, but the Firebat's a little bit out of position as the Lurkers coming from the back. Play going off on all of these forces, so I think Canata's not going to be able to accomplish too much. There is no Nidus Canal, so you might barely just manage to take down this base, but I think the Lurkers and such are going to be coming in just in time. There are medics there, Plague, trying to survive. Some forces trying to barely survive, trying to take this hatchery down, but Lurkers should come in just in time. And some more forces hatch. The Science goes down to Scourge, and Jaedong, I think, has a commanding lead. He is going to manage to clean up and take this base here. Canata again sending in forces right towards that base, trying to do some damage there. While Jaedong, I think he has enough control of the map. Canata's still only on 3 bases. I'm sorry, Canata's still only on 2 bases. Jaedong just getting his 4th now. Still not in the optimum position. He went very early hive, obviously just to get those defilers out in the field. So that's on 3 bases, not overly dangerous. Should be putting his Nidus Canal now there in the 4 o'clock position just to help defend it. Does have a Lurkers and Zerglings there. Not enough. Getting his his mineral only just outside his main, just inside 7 o'clock. Again, moving a lot of forces right towards the base here. Science Vessel flying his first 5 Science Vessels this time. Irradiating all the Lurkers, so he's going to wait. He's going to be calm this time. Doesn't have a lot of ground forces, really, so he needs to be very careful as he moves in. More Marines running right towards that. I think as soon as these Lurkers die, which they're doing right now, it's going to be it. But more Lurkers coming in right through the Sinus Canal. Firebat. Oh man, 2 Science Vessels instantly lose the line. More raid is going to Plague on all the ground forces, missing the Science Vessels, but still getting all the ground forces. Nidus Canal giving in more reinforcements, but the Zerglings run in. Most of them get melted, but Plague Force is not going to be able to do too effective against all these Lurkers. Still trying to radiate all the Lurkers that were coming in as reinforcements from the south side as well, from Jaedong's northern forces. Canata just desperately trying to focus attention here. Most likely going to lose yet another Science Vessel death. Oh man, another Science Vessel. It's computerist wail of death. Or something along that side. Canata, yeah, he has put down 3rd base, but he's just been sacrificing far too many forces and doing far too little damage with them. I think Jaedong at this point just so ahead on macro. Just don't really see a way for Canata. He doesn't have much mining. His mains should be mostly mined out at this point at least. His natural expansion not doing too good, just as mineral only at this point. And he's got a lot of Science Vessels he's been producing. He's lost a lot of them. He's trying to scout all over the place. Now going to lose these last 2. Oh, man. Never mind the last time he went for 2 star puts and was producing Science Vessels like crazy. This time he only has on 1. I think oh, never mind. He should have his 2nd one up. I did say that earlier, but still getting all his lost. Yet another Plague there, hitting a crap load of ground forces. Just getting all of his forces plagued that don't get instantly crushed by Jaedong, and Canata just in a horrible, horrible position here. Not done any economic damage. Still trying to plant minefields around the place with vultures. Doesn't have much in the way of tanks. You've seen just the way his resources play out. Now Overlord's coming into play. I think they might have dropped. They definitely have speed. Well, there was drop. And so they might have something in them to drop, I mean. Zerglings trying to run in close, trying to get those mines to drag right into the vultures, being unsuccessful there. But Jaedong at this point is going to have map control. He is going to be able to go around, just do whatever the hell he pleases. Raiding a drop, I think, at the north, possibly thinking of taking up a base. Picking up an... No, okay, never mind. I thought he picked up an irradiated Lurk. That would have been funny. But is raiding a pretty decent drop. 5, maybe 6 overlords, a lot of forces. Canata actually now going all in. Never mind. Right towards the main. Kill this guy. All in, all or nothing, all or nothing. Doesn't have much in the way of forces, all just a few Science Vessels. Jaedong's going to do a counterattack right inside of Canata's main, so this is his last shot. He's not even macroing up at this point, just going to go for this attack. Micro as well as he can. Does it down the forward second colony. Loses his 2nd Science Vessel. Medic Marine's going to run back, and that's going to be the end of that attack. Overlord's running in. 2 turrets trying to kill some of them. Still some Medic Marines trying to kill some Zerglings are running out, but Lurkers and Zerglings running right inside of his main base. Some of those Overlords die, but gladly give their life to the Overmind. That is the Dong. And just beautiful play overall. Canata being overwhelmed, honestly. The early, beautiful harassment play from Jaedong really just knocked his build order away. Really just caught him completely off guard, in my opinion. And the constant loss of Science Vessels honestly has not helped. Trying to desperately clean up, does have Science Vessels to help support, but all the Marines he produces instantly get killed. Don't really manage to do much. GG coming in from Canata. He was still mining some in his main, some in his natural, but just not keeping up, just trying to hold steady. But Jaedong does take a lead here, 2-1. So one more win to the Dong, and he moves on where Canata will be left in his dust, if such were to happen. So Jaedong there sitting pretty comfortably at this point, losing the first set. Now he just needs one more win to move on. We're going to see if Canata manages to pull one win out of thin air against Jaedong here, which is something he's going to need. Just going to have an insane trick, an insane awesome build on the next map. He's going to need to pull a fantasy here. That's what he's going to need to do. So, GG guys, hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit rusty. It's been over a week since I've done StarCraft commentaries, and like me, if I'm not commentating 5 double-digit games a week, I get rusty and like, what's StarCraft again? What's a zergling? Is that like a doggy? So GG guys, ranching out. People enjoyed. Thanks for listening, and apologize for my senseless, constant ranting, which some of you for some reason like. Weirdos.